This is Joe Wayne with the ACP 313. That's right, the Anti-COINTELPRO Show is back, and we are back with some revelations that are going to blow your mind. Yeah, as I throw a little what's up to the heyday radio days where they did their own little sound effects in real time. Yep, the good old days. Well, just like the heyday of the 1920s and the golden days of radio, whenever we used to sit around the centerpiece of the family unit, which was at that time the radio. And back then, folks, we would just we'd listen to these storytellers spin their yarn, tell their stories, and we would get enthralled and emotionally attached to whatever story they were telling us. Well, no other story gets me more emotionally involved than the story of us, or U.S., or the good old republic for which we all stand, the United States of America, the republic, the constitutional republic of the United States of America, for which we all stand, or we should at least stand. Get off your knees. Stop being a slave to the Democrat talking points. Get off your knees. Stop being a slave to ideology. The truth will set you free. And that's exactly what I was sent here to do, and I am bound and determined to do my mission. And in furtherance of that mission, a huge revelation that just, kind of came to me last night in one of those aha moments. One of those wunderbar moments, yeah. One of those Einstein moments, right? When you just have that special moment of clarity where all things kind of just gel together in a moment of pure revelation. Well, that's what I had last night. Now, yesterday I talked to you guys, and once again, if you're just joining us, this is Joe Wayne with the ACP 313, the Anti-COINTELPRO Show YouTube channel, and the Anti-COINTELPROShow.com Media Resource Center. So that being said, last night I had one of those wunderbar moments. Yes, I did. So I was watching Tucker Carlson, and he had an individual on, and this individual was a representative from the lunatic left. Now, she was a subsect of the lunatic left. She was a masochistic millennial, right? And she just is in love with her self-loathing. She hates herself, and she hates us just as much or more than she hates herself. And that's their modus operandi, or their MO. But I know a lot of you are probably saying, hey, Joe, quit giving us the backstory. Just give us the red meat of what's really going on. And here's what's really going on, folks. When I was watching Tucker, when Tucker gets that confused look, you know the look I'm talking about, folks. When Tucker gets that confused look, and he gets that confused look a lot, and not because he's a dense individual, because he's not. Now, he is an opinionated individual. He does have his opinions, and right or wrong, he sticks to them. So that being said, he's not a dumb individual. But he looks dumbstruck on a nightly basis because of the things that are coming out of these lunatic leftist gullet holes, right? I mean, they just open their mouths. They have no inner monologue. And this is a big problem with all millennials, right? They don't think about what they say, they just get emotionally triggered and they open their mouths and let it all come out, right? I mean, they never once think about if the argument or the story they're telling is attached to reality or logic in any degree or facet whatsoever. They have no qualms at all with attaching these stories to reality. So they're given these stories, right? They're given these scripts, so they spout them. Why do they spout them? Why do all of the lunatic left tell these stories and basically short circuit the interviewer, especially if they're an interviewer with a brain cell left? Like Tucker. Tucker has a few left, and believe me, they're getting fried on a nightly basis trying to deal with these intellectually debased individuals. I mean, I can't even call them intellectually honest because they have no intellect to deal with. You know, they have not an intellectual bone in their body. It's all emotion, right? It's all story, all emotion, all lie, all the time. And you're beating your head against the wall and you're getting confused and you're short-circuiting brain cells trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about because none of it is based in reality. So I finally figured it out. So yesterday I made this video, right? And in the video I referenced a poll from a group called More in Common. Now that poll was called The Exhausted Majority. Now, as I was watching Tucker, folks, yeah, he had that exhausted look. And I remembered this poll. And I remembered chapter 6, The Exhausted Majority. And indeed, that's exactly what they're trying to do, folks. The old, I mean decrepit, senile leadership of the left. They are vampirically sucking the energy off of their young, dumb members, right? All of the masochistic millennials who, like I said, they have no qualms in just telling story after story after story and providing not one bit of rationale or logic or reason or reality or fact, right? I mean, nothing. Nothing but pure sophistry. You philosophers out there know what I'm talking about. Stefan Molyneux. All sophistry all the time. And what they are trying to do, folks, the old dying vampiric leadership is using the energy of all of their young, dumb members to physically exhaust the right. That's their only hope. Their only hope is that they can continue to terrorize, to harass, to intimidate everybody on the right until they either say, screw this, right? Screw you guys, I'm going home. Just like Cartman. That's what they hope. They hope they can scare them or terrorize them, intimidate them. And if the intimidation doesn't work, well, then they just hope they can wear you down. They hope that they can keep coming at you with all of the insanity till you just become physically exhausted trying to deal with all of these moving goalpost from second to second. That's their end goal. They have no facts on their side. They certainly do not have we the people on their side. Now, they have the rest of the lunatic globalist on their side, right? Namely, George Soros. George Soros, if you do the most minimal amount of legwork, you'll find that he is the one paying for all of this. Not only he's the primary benefactor of the lunatic left, of Antifa, of Black Lives Matters, of all of the agitators and terrorists, domestic terrorists in America today. He's a primary benefactor. But you also have people like Tom Steyer. You also have people on the right like Bloomberg, right? And the Koch bros. That's right, the Koch bros. And I've been telling you for years that the Koch bros have been working with George Soros to basically fill the prisons back up. You know, the prisons that were full of low-level drug offenders. You know, those people got caught smoking a joint. Well, now that people have come to their senses, everyone but Tucker Carlson on that, and Tucker, you know, buddy, you got your your tuchus handed to you last night by the the intellectual who stood toe-to-toe with you from the Marijuana Policy Project. Tucker, you know, I know you're a parent, Tucker Carlson, so you should remember this, and I'm going to remind you, you need to pick your battles, okay? Leave the pot smokers alone, because Tucker, and I know I am getting off the topic of discussion for 1 minute, but here's another revelation, folks. Our president is tired, just like we the people, of all the violence. Our president is a genius. He knows all he has to do is legalize marijuana for adults, because it is just as harmful or less harmful than a beer. Okay? I'm not saying legalize crack or heroin, but you can go ahead and legalize marijuana that, unlike beer, has actual medicinal purposes. For a lot of people that have certain neurological disorders, it's the only thing that gives them any amount of relief, right? So you do that, and you're going to win over a lot of people on the left. Not only are you going to win over a lot of people on the left, dear leader, my dear alpha lion leader, Donald John Trump, not only are you going to win over a lot of people with physical disabilities, people with cancer, right? Who don't want to get locked up because they smoke a joint just so they can eat a meal. And folks, who among you does not know someone who has cancer? My stepdad just died of cancer. My mother is in remission for cancer. My aunt was just diagnosed with cancer. It's hit me right smack dab where I live, folks. So Tucker, get off the marijuana cigarette, man, right? Leave the joint alone. Get off the spliff, buddy. Let people do what gives them peace of mind. Let them do what gives them relief. In a lot of situations, the only thing that gives them relief for their situation. So back to, if I can swerve back over to the meat of the discussion, the red meat of the discussion. That's what's going on. You know, our president, folks, he's making another genius move by saying he's going to, and I know he will, legalize marijuana after the election. By doing that, He's going to give the people who need it with disabilities a helping hand, peace of mind, and their families. He's going to also calm down the meth heads on the left. And not only the meth head, folks, he's going to take away so much oxygen from the left with that one move. He's already reelected if he does that, okay? The midterms, well, they're already going to be a red tsunami. There'll be a super tsunami. But he's going to do it after the midterm. So if he does that, he's going to hit it out of the park. Hell, he's going to hit it to the stars and beyond, folks, if he does that. Again, if I could swerve back into the center of the lane, right, of what's really going on. They're trying to exhaust us, folks, and they're doing a good job, are they not? The vampiric leadership of the left is trying to physically exhaust the right. They're trying to short circuit us in a logic loop and emotionally outrage us and just beat us down in every conceivable way possible. That's what it's all about. So when you see them, folks, when you see them spouting these lies, and you know they're lies, and you know they know they're lies because they're smirking and they're laughing when they're saying these lies, you just kind of have to smile. Don't buy into their game. Don't let them physically exhaust you. Think to yourself, and you can even say out loud with a smile on your face, not only a smile, a confident smile on your face. Look at them when they start saying that. Have a smile in your eyes and on your face and say, winning. And think it and know it because it's the truth. That's why they're trying to physically exhaust you. That's why they're trying to put you in a logic loop and short circuit your brain. That's the only way they win, folks. The only way they win is if you buy into their strategy of physically exhausting you in every conceivable way possible. That being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in each and every day that you do. One of these days, if YouTube ever lets me out of the penalty box, I'm going to start talking to you guys again, live, man to man, woman to woman. We are going to be starting a new live stream project on November 3rd, unless YouTube gives me another strike, another made-up strike. We're going to start doing a little live stream project, almost live from the Matrix, right? Because we all know, folks, that we are living in the matrix of unreality. I mean, if you believe any of this shit's real, I've got a bridge I want to sell you, because what we're experiencing on planet Earth currently has not even a semblance of resemblance to reality. That being said, this is Joe Wayne. Please go and bookmark the ACP 313 Red Meat links and go there every day. Pretty soon we're going to start updating every day there again as well. Putting our ducks in a row, folks, because we're waiting, just waiting for November 7th when the deep state demon rat Democrats and all those rhino Republicans, just waiting for them to start experiencing on November 7th the winner of their discontent. That's what's really going on. This is Joe Wayne with all the aforementioned. Have a great day. Good day and good luck.